But remember, I also drove the Bronco 13 plus hours all the way here while we trailered both the Jeeps with the F450. So the Fords actually drove the entire trip, and we do plan on driving it all the way home after this, so we'll see how she does. What's up, Brite Nation?
What's up, Brite Nation?
So as you can see, we're once again back at the absolutely iconic Rubicon Trail. We're here specifically for the JEEPS Jamboree, but today the goal is just to get to Rubicon Springs. But like last year, we didn't bring a Jeep. And that's because we promised you guys, after testing out our APG Bronco Pro Runner in the desert at Johnson Valley, that the next big test was gonna be rock crawling. And what better trail to put this thing to the test than the Rubicon Trail, and no less during the JEEPS Jamboree.
But of course, we didn't come alone. You don't come out here alone. You guys remember Aaron and Sarah?
Hi.
They were here last year with us on the Rubicon for JEEPS Jamboree. They brought the same two-door JK. Nothing's been done to this. It literally came off the trail, came to our house, sat outside for an entire year.
Until he showed up.
And we went over a couple things. I think we put a radiator cap on it, and what else?
That's not true. We put 5 gallons of coolant in it.
Oh yeah, it was empty.
It was
empty. I don't know why.
Before we left the house, we put 5 gallons of coolant in it.
It wasn't 5 gallons, Brittany, but
close enough. But then, so encouraging, an encouraging way to start the day. We stopped at a gas station right before coming here, and I caught Aaron doing what?
It does have 5 gallons of coolant in it because there's some in the back seat too. I have enough to make the entire trail, and this trail has enough coolant flowing along everywhere for us to be fine.
Yeah,
we're gonna be fine.
So for some reason it's losing coolant, water, whatever, but it's not spilling it. So it's very hopeful. But Aaron has a prediction. Last year he was the first one to break down. He cut a brake line, we fixed it, it was fine. But your prediction this year is?
That's not really breaking down because you can just hammer that shut and keep going.
And that's what we did.
This thing had no problems at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that this thing is gonna be fine, and the Bronco. How many Broncos successfully do trails on 40s, do you think? How many
I don't,
can do hard trails on 40s and not break?
I don't know of any on 40s yet.
Okay, so this is gonna go great.
Aaron is predicting that Plan B, our Bronco Pro Runner, is gonna be the vehicle that breaks down first out of our entire group. Because we're also here with our friends Marlon and Luna from Off-Roading Chill and their Jeep. Except this time, we're not in Luna's 2-door, we're in Marlon's 4-door.
My 2-door, no, it's on stickies and has a very small fuel cell, so I think we would have had to stop to refuel like a million times.
Hey, but you know what they say, 4 doors, more
beers.
Passengers.
More beers, as long as you don't spill them on the side of the road on the way up here.
What happened on the way up here?
So the passenger rear door flung open on
She left
one
it
of...
open.
No, I told him to take the Uncrustable garbage out, and he opened that door. But anyways, that's not up for debate. All our drinks got yeeted out.
And we picked it up, by the way.
Well, of course,
yeah,
yeah,
we
tread
picked it
lightly,
up.
yes. And we can show the evidence in the trash can, but sad day. Insert sad music here. Let's take a moment of silence.
They lost 30 beers and 12 White Claws.
24 White Claws and 30 Coors.
But it's okay because I brought a lot of tequila. Perfect. A little bit of the rock slider there. Yep. Now, a couple things. First off, for those of you that are not familiar with the JEEPS Jamboree, the alcohol we're talking about is not for the trail. It's for when we get down to Rubicon Springs, where we'll be camping for the next 4 or 5 days and partying and hanging out with a bunch of other people. That's what that's for. So just wanted to make that clear. But on top of that, the other thing I want to mention is this right here. What he just did and coming through the rest of this is technically considered the gatekeeper of the Rubicon Trail. And if you really struggle or have a really hard time getting through this section, you might want to consider turning around because there's plenty of spots that are significantly harder than this. All 4 on the ground, it's fine. We're kind of feeling it out, seeing how tippy it feels since it's IFS, and so far, honestly, it's felt pretty solid, even in off-camber situations.
mind on this thing. We're running no front or rear sway bar, and that's because we want to test it without it. I think possibly we might try to add a rear sway bar like the Stepchild has, which is just a rear. That kind of helps a little bit of body lean, but so far everything's felt great. I will say one thing that makes this, I don't want to say leagues above the Jeep, but the front facing camera with the screen that's the size of a big TV, like screen at home, makes it amazing for boulder fields like this. I can exactly place my tires where I want on a huge, and the screen is HD as HD can get. Absolutely amazing, and I love it. And so far the ride, I mean, like, I could probably drive through this field at speed, at like 20 miles an hour, but just crawling, it's just, you don't feel anything. And I only aired down to like 14 PSI. Normally, I go down to like 9 to make it as soft as possible. 13 feels like I'm at 9. It's
the suspension
crazy.
is doing
It's crazy.
all of the work. Perfect, yep. Now another thing that's worth mentioning on this Bronco, because remember it started its life as a wild track. So it actually does not have a rock crawl mode on it.
Yeah, the wild tracks don't have the sway bar disconnect, at least on the 2024s, and it doesn't have a rock crawl mode. So the rock crawl mode automatically puts it in 4 low. It automatically readjusts your throttle mapping
And
for your
also
gas
your
pedal.
steering input as well.
So you can, I do believe you can get Forest Scan and go in and add that as part of your GOAT modes, which is kind of cool, which we haven't done yet. So the only thing I can do is either wheel in normal mode or sport mode or Baja mode, but all those make the throttle really touchy.
Which is not really what you want when you're rock crawling.
Right, except for normal mode might be kind of okay. But what I am trying right now is I'm in slippery mode. So like snow and water, whatever, snow and ice. I'm in slippery mode to dumb down the throttle, which also allows me to
Go into 4 low.
still be in 4 low.
Because some of the modes don't actually allow you to be in 4 low either. So basically Kevin's kind of playing with it now
Right.
to just figure out what combination makes rock crawling the easiest or the best.
So eco mode, I found out, does not allow you to go into 4 low in eco mode.
Yep.
So right now I'm in snow, and it seems to be working out. The steering is soft, and
The throttle's easy.
The throttle is easy. So everything seems to be very nice in the slippery mode, and it still allows me to use my lockers and everything. So.
Perfect. I mean, so far so good. But then again, we haven't hit some of the big obstacles yet, so we'll see. Perfect, yeah.
See, she's big, but she ain't that big. I mean, she's big. She's big, but she ain't that.
All right, so we have officially made it to the one and the only Soup Bowl, which is the name of this obstacle you see behind me. It's actually a pretty technical obstacles. I've seen plenty of Jeeps not make it up. We've always been able to make it up in the rigs we bring on the Rubicon Trail, but we are very, very curious to see if we'll be able to do that in the Pro Runner today. So the idea of this obstacle, as you climb up, is to essentially climb all the way up and hook your rock slider on there. Now look at this real quick. Go forward. So that's what we were talking about earlier. This entire APG build was built around 38s. We wanted 40s. So we do have a little bit of clearance issue with the rear bumper and the 40-inch tires, but honestly, we'll probably just go back and trim like an inch and a half off that side of that rear bumper, and it'll be fine. Hold on, right there. Go forward and try to turn passenger as you go forward. Just, there you go. Yep, perfect. Right there, right there. A little more passenger. There you go. Nice and slow. There it is. All right, give it. There you go. Oh, come on, baby, that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Go passenger. As you go passenger. need to go passenger.
Oh, he's trying.
Oh, God.
Okay.
There it is. All right, you're on rock slider. There you go.
Relatively safe.
All right, stay right there. Stay right there. Yep, straighten out, straighten out. Perfect. You gotta go back driver, I know. Our driver as it pops up. No, you're fine, you're fine. Just look at that rear fender. We're good, yeah.
It's clearing up.
Perfect. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's all right, you're IFS. All right, you're gonna hit your front bumper though. You're gonna have to back up, baby. Yeah. There you go. Yep. You're good.
Made it.
All the way. I'll give it to you. Jeep on 42s makes that look quite a bit easier.
Yeah.
Straighten out. There you go. Now low passenger, hard passenger. There you go. You're on your slider. You're fine. Yep. Just stay passenger and come forward. Work it a little. There you go. I don't think that's the transfer. I don't like that noise at all.
Looking good.
It's flexy as heck.
Looking good. Come on, you got this.
Come on, baby.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
That's it.
Come on.
Yeah. Victory! Everyone made it up and through the soup bowl, including the Bronco Pro Runner. And that in and of itself is pretty impressive. How did that feel in here?
I felt great.
Like
just-
off camber, felt stable,
Yeah, none of that
not
felt-
tippy or
none of
anything?
That felt bad at all. Like at all. Like I'm keep waiting to feel the IFS flexy, like tippy. Did it pull
Works.
a tire anywhere?
No,
No, it didn't.
no.
Oh.
It like I don't think you've pulled a tire at all so far today on anything.
Yeah, I mean I haven't felt it.
Like the
pull a tire.
articulation
Is actually really good.
on this rig is insane, and on top of that, the suspension is out of this world. Like
Yes.
this is the cushionest Rubicon Trail ride we've ever done.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I
this,
love the stepchild. It does great. It has a.
the stepchild is worlds ahead suspension-wise than most Jeeps. It is a Cadillac, but this, I don't know.
This is like a Bentley.
This is worlds ahead of the stepchild. It's insanely comfortable. Oh, even that was a solid rock hit.
Well,
But that's the skids.
that's the UHMW,
Yeah, that's the UHMW
like-
on the skid plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing.
It's hard
doing
to put
good.
into words because it is that good. Now, if you're just a rock crawler and you want to go do
Just
frickin'
rock
Ford
crawling?
ice and crazy stuff, then no.
Get a Jeep, of course. But remember, I also drove the Bronco 13 plus hours all the way here while we trailered the Jeeps, both the Jeeps with the F450. So the Fords actually drove the entire trip, and we do plan on driving it all the way home after this. So we'll see how she does. There you go. Yep. Down on your rock slider. Perfect. So this is Little Sluice, the first of the sluices, and it is it's definitely a gnarly one. Come my way, our driver. Keep coming. Hold on. You're fine, keep going. Just get it to pivot around that rock. There it is, yep. feeling that tire is gonna lift. Oh, come on, baby, climb. Nope. So essentially, we're readjusting so we can basically get the front end over here. So we're lining up a little better so he's coming forward and backwards. So we can get lined up, and our goal is to essentially take that route right there with our driver's side tires up on these rocks. Come on, baby. Keep going. Yep. Yeah. It definitely wouldn't have done that line in a solid axle. All right, you need to start straightening out a little bit as you come up, though. Getting the rear up is probably, we'll see, let's see. Come back my way as you can.
It's actually better for clearance.
Front's not moving. Just keep coming,
This
just
one
see.
wants to move. This one wants to move, but you're miles out.
Oh, it's bound.
Whoa.
I mean, force now.
There you go. There you go, yep. Come on. Yep, now start to turn. Now your front's not bound, yep. Hard my way, come slow. Slow. Keep coming. Yeah, you're fine. Your front's fine. Woo! Let's just keep seeing what it does. Just kind of work the front. Pretty bad. All right, so I slipped this way. So the rear diff was getting caught up on that rock back there. So I put a rock right there just to keep them from dipping down into that hole. Hopefully that'll keep the rear diff off of that rock. That's it. Yep, that's it. Keep her turned. Woo! You're good. Straighten out.
Good job, Kevin!
Woo! Well, hold on, not yet. Nice and slow. Woo-hoo-hoo! Perfect. There you go. Straighten out. Yep, right there. Perfect. Yep. Heck yeah. That's a big girl to get through that.
It's a big.
That's a big
girl.
bitch.
It's big.
But it's doing it all. When we actually brought the Bronco Raptor on the Rubicon Trail, we never did Little Sluice. We actually took it up on the slabs way up there and went around Little Sluice. So this is something we never did in the Bronco Raptor, and I guarantee you we would not have been able to do. That being on 40s definitely helped in this situation here. Almost fell off a rock. There she goes. Ooh. Front diff. Front diff. So Marlon and Luna's Jeep is also on 42-inch tires, which makes an even bigger difference when it comes to rock crawling like this. That's a drive shaft. I can hear it. I don't like that noise. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Push.
Reverse.
Push. So we've got a quick winch line hooked from Aaron's Jeep to their Jeep. We're gonna give him a quick tug, just like a foot backwards, so he can get uncaught from his front axle. And then I think his plan is actually to cut hard this way and take this huge boulder up and around, but we'll see. It's that four-door life. We've been there, we've done that. There you go. So close. Stay that way a little bit for a sec. There you go, now straighten out, yep.
was stressful. I didn't want to break my drought off.
No, that was, yeah, good call. Good driving. Whew. Aaron just said it. Send it. That's where Kevin was at. The way the rock is shaped, it just wants to slide your front end that way instead of crawl up that way. Yeah. So if you've never been on the Rubicon Trail, the rocks here are not like they are in Moab or Sand Hollow where there's a lot of high traction. A lot of these rocks are covered in this dust or this sand, but it's more like silt. It's very soft and it makes a lot of the rocks slippery. And then in and of themselves, a lot of this rock is granite. So whoa. Enough to go completely around these rocks.
That's good.
How that works, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna find out. But I think it'll do it.
A little driver.
Look at him.
Oh, you don't flip.
Holding on to this.
Keep going, you're fine. You're not going to die. A little passenger.
Right there, perfect.
Like that.
Good job, Aaron. It's looking good.
Now cut hard driver around the rock. Yeah. There you go. There you go. He's doing it easier than any of us did.
Yeah. Better line.
Perfect.
Better line.
Whoa. No. You want to stay that way. So his steering isn't the greatest, so sometimes to steer when he's bound up, he has to kind of reverse forward.
Go like that.
I mean,
And it's driving.
that'll do it.
Hey, man, you're right.
You made that way easier than anyone else did.
It's whoever cares least about the vehicle.
He did take like the easiest round around all the rocks, but that was still really impressive. It's a
That's why. Two-door.
And for those of you who have been subscribers for a while, if it sounds like I'm losing my voice, that's because I am. We'll just say it's from all the screaming I did at Kevin when he bought 5 Jeep Liberties without me knowing. But yeah, if my voice is scratchy, I'm just losing it, unfortunately. But hopefully it gets better. All right, so we're officially at the area known as Buck Island. And if you guys remember the last time we were here with the Raptor, we came across this obstacle here and we ended up high centering and we had to be winched. But we're on 40s with the Pro Runner, still a big girl, big wheelbase. So it's gonna be one of those, let's see how it goes situations. Right there, yeah, that's it. That did that way easier than the Raptor.
The Raptor did.
We also ripped off a mud flap on the Raptor somewhere down in there. But I think this right here is where we ended up high centering. Yep, that's it. This is where it high centered.
That just walked through that. That was sick. The Raptor struggled forever. We got in a fight and I had to be it towed. That was like, whoop.
So that's actually the exact same thing we did with the Raptor. The Raptor
That's
I
the
centered
way
on
I
that
tried to
rock
go.
and pivoted all the way around like that. There you go. Perfect, keep it straight for a sec. All right, come back. Woo. Almost fell. Beautiful. Good job, Kev. All right, so this is another fun one, especially for longer vehicles like trucks, Gladiators, Toyotas, stuff like that. And for wider vehicles, because you essentially have to pivot your way around that rock, don't hit it, pivot this way around these rocks, don't hit it, and these are absolutely like door, fender, truck bed level. And you come up on this, which pitches you this way into these rocks. So yeah, it's a technical and fun one. I think the Raptor will crawl through it okay. Usually the step child, we just put our tires up on that and send it, but I think we're gonna skirt around it here and hope that our slider catches right there on that rock. Yep, nice and slow. That's it, yep. Woo, perfect. Stay hard passenger. Let her climb. Yeah, that'll work. IFS, baby. That would have never worked with a solid axle.
No, so
you
what I did
split
was
the rock.
I had the trail turn assist on the whole time, trying to get it to pivot more.
Yeah.
And then when it wouldn't climb, I finally locked the lockers and it climbed.
Ate up, yeah.
And then it went over it. Yeah. So that the tools that this thing has stock really does work if you know
What to do.
And when to do
And
it.
how to
which
use
is
them.
yeah, which is pretty amazing actually.
And Aaron over here in the two-door life, just sending it. Watch, she's gonna dip it out though. Let's see. Oh no, maybe not. A little dip. Oh god. There. That's one way to do it. Marlon's gonna take a totally different line. Luna's over here like, what the That'll do it, yeah? That works. That's another way to do it.
That's the Marlin line.
That's Marlon like a cup. Alright, so we've officially made it to Big Sluice at this point. We're kind of on the home stretch-ish. The Rubicon Trail is always longer than I remember it being, but we're getting there. There you go, yep. And honestly, so far the Pro Runner has done fan-freaking-tastic. Now again, I get it, Plan B is a Bronco, and it's a built Pro Runner. She is wide, but so far it really hasn't been an issue at all. It hasn't been too wide for really anything thus far. Kevin was also saying that the IFS is killing it in the boulder fields, like basically just all of this stuff, because the suspension is just, obviously IFS in general is going to be a little bit more comfortable in terms of minimizing how much of that back and forth is transferred into the cabin, but you consider that plus the suspension that is on this thing, and it really is probably the smoothest ride we've ever had off-road. But all of you who have been following us for a long time, oh, he's rolling over, it's a tree trunk. I was like, what is that noise? If you guys watched us last year on the Rubicon Trail when we had the Bronco Raptor, we're finally at the obstacle coming down Big Sluice that absolutely annihilated the rear bumper. Honestly, with proper rear bumper, it did no f***ing good. Sick. Which in turn completely took out the fender flare, just like ripped all the tabs out. It was a pretty solid hit. So we're gonna see if the Pro Runner can redeem the Bronco name coming down this. All right. So he's pivoting around the slider right now on that rock. You need to come back this way. Yeah. There you go. Honestly, you don't even have to go up that rock, but it's almost, I kind of almost want you to just to see. There you go.
Just to see what?
Just to see how it comes off it on the rear end, how the new bumper holds up compared to the Raptor bumper.
I don't think it's gonna make it. Just pivoting me around.
Go straight now. That's not even gonna hit a bumper. Whoop. Well, I'd say that was 10 times better than the Raptor.
I mean, it's lifted. It's on 40s.
Yeah.
It's got better clearance of everything. It just is.
And an actual, we didn't even hit the rear bumper, but the rear bumper on this is actual steel and actually useful for off-roading, whereas the rear bumper on both the Jeep Wranglers and the Broncos are absolute garbage. We've proven that time and time again.
Look at that. Like it's. Look at that. Look at that flex on that. IFS doesn't flex what?
I'm being honest, the lack of tire pulling in. Aaron's pulled more tire into the air than you have on this
This thing
trail.
has so much articulation for IFS. I mean, obviously the rear has so much and the front can only do so much, but holy God. This is by far the best all-around vehicle ever. Like,
Yeah.
all around.
On-road,
All- like,
desert,
all
off-road,
around.
high speed, yeah.
Hands down. You know, can you
The
special-
only thing that it doesn't do better is the really extreme rock crawling. But we're on the Rubicon Trail. It's doing literally all of it. 99.9% of off-roaders don't really do anything harder than this. Obviously, we're a little bit different. We have the stepchild, we have my buggy, we do harder stuff. But for the majority of people, this thing is above and beyond capable. How much fuel have you used? Like, what are you at?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because my tank, it is saying that I have full tank.
Oh, which is absolutely not accurate.
No.
So you're saying your gauge doesn't work?
Nope.
50-50.
50-50. So we've used barely a quarter tank.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good to see you guys, man.
So downside, this Jeep right here, broken axle. Unfortunately, it sucks because you break an axle, right? But you could not pick a better time or place or trail to break something on your rig, because during the Jeepers Jamboree, they have full mechanic and parts service. Up to the point where they will helicopter in parts for you if you really need it. Look at that thing go. But, so lucky for him, a lot of the mechanics are already on the trail. Ideally, they'll have a spare axle, hopefully, for him, and hope to be able to get it repaired, and then down to Rubicon Springs for the party and Jeepers Jamboree starting tomorrow. This thing's just, I mean, it's no different than a Jeep. It's, you're hitting your sliders and your skid plates like you're supposed to, but other than that, the body's staying away from everything, which is amazing. Yeah, perfect. You're good, that's fine.
The freaking Next Venture sliders and the armor. Guys, Next Venture Motorsports, you have a Bronco, the full skids with UHMW and the sliders, like,
Game changer.
Like, you just hit stuff, you're like, oh, I'm bellied out, and you hit the gas and it just like
Glides
glides
over
right
it.
across it.
way, but I know it can do it. There you go, yep. There you go, keep coming. Perfect. Got a little driver as you come, just a teensy bit. Yep, right there, right there. Slow, 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 slow. You're good, you're good. Yep. Whoa, ho, ho. There's the tire pull we wanted. Yep, keep coming, it's gonna settle. Rear's climbing. Beautiful. Aha! That was sick. Keep it right where it is, nice and straight, yep. That was sick.
You know what's crazy? When it does it, it still feels so flat in here. Like no matter what tire,
It still feels hood level.
it just feels flat. It feels so stable. It's unreal. I don't understand it. Like when a Jeep does that, you're like, whoa!
Whoa!
In this, it's just like, oh, there's a tire in the air.
Okay. Woo! Even Marlon pulled a tire. And that's it, guys. Plan B, our APG Bronco Pro Runner, has officially made it, not all the way through the Rubicon, because technically we're only at Rubicon Springs, but we've set up camp, and we're ready to hang out, because we've got 4 days of Jeepers Jamboree ahead of us.
Absolutely mind blown. Absolutely. I guess I know people are gonna say, well, if you spend that kind of money, no, I get it, but this is like, it is everything that you would spend the money on and want. Like, it's absolutely insane. Nothing on the Rubicon came anywhere close to hitting any of the fenders.
Nope.
I got some rock rash on the wheels.
Yay.
The rear
It's
tires,
broken
as
in.
Brittany showed you, is kind of hitting the bumper.
Yep.
That's an easy fix. Either space the bumper back or kind of chop it, and easy fix.
I'd
Not a big deal.
say the only two issues is a little clearance on the rear bumper when we're at full articulation, but we can just kind of trim the rear bumper. Easy peasy. And then steering, again, it's not a solid axle with hydro assist. So steering on 40s, you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just electric steering, not electric over hydraulic. It's literally just electric, which is pretty wild. And it's pretty wild how good it does with it. But 40s, air down, getting into really hard stuff. Yeah.
You kind of have to it gets to a
figure-
point where sometimes if it gets bound up, it's hard to steer. So you have to, okay, so I got to back up, and as I'm backing up, you got to turn, and then as you come forward, you turn some more.
There is some there. But
It involves a little bit of skill.
holy crap, though. The suspension. We just did a whole day. I'm not even tired. Like, I'm not worn out. I'm not beat up. The suspension. Like,
So
literally, if
cush.
anything, we were going too slow because of the Jeeps behind us. like, literally.
We were, because we'd speed up a little bit, and they'd fall behind. It was cush.
And you know what's super fun is.
Holding us up, not the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that's pretty awesome is the IFS, having that tunnel in the middle and seeing a huge boulder and just driving right over it. And then sometimes you'd feel the rear diff like, ugh, but you're already going fast enough that it kind of
You
just
just bloop, bloop, bloop.
kind of skips over it.
Yeah.
But I can't. This is literally the ultimate. It is the ultimate
All around off-road capable
off-road.
vehicle. Yep.
I'm honestly, I'm not speechless, but I'm kind of speechless. I mean,
It drives 80 on the highway like a dream. It drives off-road like a dream.
one more thing. If you've been to the Rubicon before, you know there's only one gas station left at the very bottom. So you got to fill up. You got to drive all the way up the mountain,
Like an hour.
all the way down
to
the
the trailhead.
Rubicon, and we should go show them. I barely used a quarter tank of fuel on 40s and tons and loaded down. I literally just passed a quarter tank of fuel.
There's no fuel range anxiety like we do occasionally have in the stepchild with the 426 Hemi. This thing, we know we've got the fuel range, which is really
But it's the
nice.
same size gas tank.
Yeah.
It's just obviously it doesn't have 600 horsepower, but it's still. So
AC seats, full air conditioning, windows, top. We're the cleanest people here. Well, especially if you consider Marlon and Luna, and they're fully open.
Yeah, look at I barely need a shower.
But guys, 10 out of 10. That was an amazing trip. But stay tuned, because now we're in Rubicon Springs and Jeepers Jamboree is about to commence. And if you have watched any of our Jeepers videos, you should go back and watch them, because it's going to be a party. And you can fully
always fun.
expect a video for it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com.
Only damage I found was we have rock rash on our new wheels.
Oh no. Guys, as always, we love you. And we'll see you next time. Bye. What's up, Lite Nation?